Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Tonight, I will share with you 4 common motivation techniques and how they relate to me. If you listen closely, you will hear a couple of common themes. The motivation techniques are recognition, achievement, status, and affiliation. The first technique is recognition, in which the person enjoys attention for their contributions to the group. For example, someone may choose to donate enough money for a building, be it a school, any religious institution, or a museum or hospital, in order to have their names on that building. Some people, on the other hand, choose to volunteer their time to be known as someone who is reliable to help in the community, so they'll know that they will be a person that can be counted on if need be. Some people in their own homes choose to be recognized by making the best meals and the cleanest houses in order to seek validations from their spouse and their guests. I feel like, to me, I'm guilty of this a little bit, especially for a Sabbath meal. In terms of Toastmasters, some people choose to speak because they look forward to hearing the feedback, or they want honor for speaking and achieving the different levels and pathways. I like to be known as someone who's available to help. That's my kind of how I like to be recognized. I don't want my name in a building in perpetuity. The second motivation technique is achievement, in which the person desires to simply accomplish the task, project, or any large goal. For example, when I was completing my master's course, I was part of the requirements to graduate was work on a research proposal, which is also known as a thesis. There's actually a class dedicated to that. The professor was pretty intense. She's kind of mean, actually. She made me cry once, the first time I met her. She suggested I wait till the following semester to work on it and to strengthen my draft instead of the summer, which I wanted to in the first place. I chose to continue with my plan to work on it over the summer. That meant working on my draft over on my honeymoon in Thailand so I could hand it in at the right time, and even work on it during vacations, because remember, this was the summer when I was out of town. So as I said, this was an achievement because I could have waited, but I chose to, despite the pushback, I decided to go for it, and I passed the class. And in terms of Toastmasters, some people just want the achievement of just completing the speeches and levels and pathways. And sometimes I want it for myself. Sometimes you just have to take those speeches, hard as it is for me. As Yoda said, and as Scott, as you like to quote a lot, there's no try, just do or not. The third technique is status, in which a person which strives to reach a position of influence in their group, organization, or situation. Some people choose to buy luxury items to show their financial success. Some people who want to be leaders in the community want to show their knowledge or wisdom. For Toastmasters, some people might want to give the most interesting speeches, the most funny speeches, the most moving speeches. I feel like I'm not so motivated. I mean, maybe I would like to give the best speeches, sure, but I feel like we have some seasoned Toastmasters. I have some big shoes to fill. Fourth is affiliation, in which the person just enjoys being part of a group larger than themselves. For example, some people want to volunteer in charitable work or make donations to causes that are important to them because they feel like they're doing good for the community, and just being involved in the community, make it a better place. For example, I'm involved in the Yom HaShoah committee, which is the Holocaust Memorial Day committee. I work with some incredible educators who make programs, I would say incredible programs, to teach the current and I guess future generations about the Holocaust, which is one of the most tragic but most significant events in our modern Jewish history. Because the more we teach this generation and later generations, the less likely it is that we'll forget it, or we just have to keep talking about it so we don't forget about it. So that's important work right there. I'm also involved in a book club with some friends and a member of my synagogue, and I enjoy attending regularly. I'm also involved in some Tehillim groups, which our prayer groups by reading the Psalms in, just keep reading them, and we do it to pray for people. So I enjoy being involved in these groups. A lot of them are fun. A lot of them makes me feel good, like I'm making a difference. And I enjoy the social aspect as well. In conclusion, if you are following the common themes the common themes are charity or giving and Toastmasters. As you can see, these are aspects of my life that are important to me. They motivate me. And upon examining the techniques and how I'm motivated by them, I think in order, I feel like I'm motivated by affiliation, achievement, a little bit of recognition, and a little bit less of status. So I hope what I said tonight motivates you to do what is important to you. As writer Ahova Gray said, whatever you do, do it with dignity. Thank you.